because the press conference actually is to analyze the game of tomorrow. So thanks for the question. How I read Chennai? First, I start with the coach, experienced coach. He prepares every game in detail. The team is a physical team. It's completely radically different game from the game we played last week in Mumbai. Probably two radically different game ideas, but we have to match at least the physicality, the intention, the duels, and I think that our team, if we can match that part, we have more quality, and especially playing here at home, probably we will have our chances. You are asking me about individual players. We can have a large list, Farouk, Connor, as you say, Elsinho, Pritan that has joined now. So they are a team that they are also struggling in the month of January. They are not getting the desired results, but that means that tomorrow they are going to try to change their luck and same as us, try to finish this last part of the ISL in a high. So we think that tomorrow we are going to have a very strong opponent, but we also think that if we keep our progression, tomorrow the points should stay here at home. The truth is that Messi is here. He just arrived. We had our first conversation with him just a couple of minutes back. He just came from the airport. Let's see what happened today. He will do some recovery after this long trip. He's going to do some work with the trainer in the gym tonight before sleeping, and tomorrow morning we'll have another conversation with him to know if he can play 10, 20, 30, or if we can use him today on the match, because it's true that tomorrow match, as I say, we have 6 games, but tomorrow one we consider it a final to get back to winning ways and to play next week with Mohamedan. Regarding Saul, he has been practicing well during the week. We have been using him in most of the practice and in the tactical work, so probably Saul tomorrow will also have some minutes. I cannot tell if he's going to start, if he's going to finish, but probably tomorrow Saul will be on the pitch at some point. Anwar is the one that is coming very, very tight. He was training well, he's doing all the physical part, but still he has some issues in the moment of touch of the ball. So today in the practice we are going to get the final assessment of him. But again, Anwar is the one that is going a little bit slower, and if it's not today, it will be next week against Mohamedan. And Celis, no problem. Yesterday we just take some precaution because he was having a point of pain, but tomorrow he will be with us doing the practice. Answering your own question. No? Yeah, but you are doing a question and you are replying the question. The calendar is better than on paper, because you never know. Every rival in the ISL is very, very difficult. So, yes, we need to keep the dream alive. And again, the positive part is that the team is going through a lot of obstacles, delivering well on the pitch, having a positive transformation. I think that we have been becoming stronger with the pass of the weeks. We are recovering players, and what you say is absolutely right. Our objective right now, and it's a matter of urgency. It's not a matter of when it will happen. I think that now it's a matter of urgency that we go first for the win of tomorrow and then connect with that run of good results, and at least in the last 3 or 2 games of the ISL still having our hopes and dream alive. We are in continuous discussions with our club, and I say everybody is on the same page. The club is trying to help the team already. We have signed an attacking player. We have Hector. Anwar is recovering. Nunga is doing a beautiful last part of the season. So that position is covered, and in case we will replace Siyasi, it will be with calm and after a last analysis of the situation of the team. Right now we have 5 foreigners, and let's see with the 5 foreigners how far we can go. We can use 4 in the ISL. Different thing is the ISL. As you know, there is a limited registration, but we have still time enough to understand where we are. I just spoke about a real transformation in the team, finally, after all the obstacles and after all the problems that we were handling throughout the season. I feel that now we are going to be one of the teams that is going to finish the season on a high. This question has two parts. We are top three, if I'm not wrong, or top four. I think it's top three in goals conceded. And this, in our position in the table, is something that is quite weird. That the teams, when they are on the bottom of the table, usually are the teams conceding more goals. In our case, we were talking a lot about defending problems. The reality is that we are top three in goals conceded, which is a good information. On the other side, I connect with your question, especially when we are almost in every game, at least matching the number of chances of our opponents, and in many of them, even having more openings and more chances. We were discussing about this before. We say that football is a game that, apart from control or to play in opponent half and combinations and try to find the ways, football is decided on the boxes. And the reality is that in the opponent box, probably we are not better than many of the teams of the ISL, unfortunately. So as you see, all the efforts of the team are coming towards reinforcing that area. Messi is coming to score more goals. Richard is here to score more goals. Saul, coming from the injury, is going to have a lot of responsibility to improve our goal conversion. It's a pity that being a solid team, a solid unity, not having many problems and not conceding many chances to our opponents, is a pity that we could not convert much more. But this is one of the areas of improving, and this is part of the transformation that I told you before. The transformation is not in the defense of the team. There we are quite okay. The transformation of the team need to rely much more on the convertibility of chances that we are creating. The injury of Clayton is a little bit more than what we expected in the first day. He has done all the medicals. He has even go for an injection to try to help him to finish the season with us. But we need to give some time. He's getting second opinions, and it's too early to say how is the recovery timeline of Clayton. I hope that he recovers at least in this last part of the ISL and also for the FC Cup. But we are not sure. Again, we are trying to get all the information, all the reports, and also the feeling of the player, which is the most important when you have a problem in the back, is the feeling of the player.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Super 6 is still a dream, and it's something achievable. It's not impossible. But to be Super 6 is very difficult if you lost the first 6, but we still have 6. So let's see what happens in the next 6 games. But our focus now is the game of Chennai. The calendar on paper is better than what it happened in the month of January. In January, we play with all the powerhouses, and as you saw, we were at the level of them. We are in that moment of transformation of the team. I think that the process is working well, and despite all the obstacles, we are looking forward to give good performances, bringing back all those players that we were missing, some key players. Lacra is here today, Saul, Anwar, Rakip, Celis is slowly adjusting, and Messi has just landed to finish this season with us. So we need to be excited of what is going to happen in this last part of the season. So motivation is not a point to consider. Our motivation is total, and I always put the motivational speech on the side of our club. This club will never allow relax, and we need to carry the weight of the badge. No, we are going to give continuity with what we do. I think that, of course, you need to do adjustments depending on the rival. I say that the game of tomorrow is going to be radically different of the game we play in Mumbai, where probably we were more into breaking their build-ups and try to win the ball higher on the pitch, but Mumbai has different solutions. They are also comfortable to play balls to the striker and make cuts on the space with the wingers. If we open ourselves, they have very good runners. So doing these adjustments, giving continuity to the game that we are playing and not making a lot of changes in the 11, just the ones that we need, and try to play the game tomorrow from the kickoff to try to score first. And tomorrow the reality is that we also have more depth in the squad and more capability or more resources in the bench. So I cannot hide nothing. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the system, who is going to play in each position, and how we are going to neutralize the key players of Chennai. But the idea of East Bengal tomorrow is going to be the same idea as in the last couple of games, trying to start the game and go for the game.
My second part of